class, this is your teacher, Miss Roberts. Thank you for letting me join you now on your journey as you learn about the state government. I hope you're having a great time and understanding the material okay. Since you've made it this far, though, this means you now are starting to have an idea of what the legislative branch does, which is, as you can recall from the earlier slides, to make the laws. In this video, I am now going to walk you through how this process occurs at the state level, as well as how the General Assembly works together to make this happen, because they are the key figures of the legislative branch. Alright, so for a lot of you somebody has to come up with the idea for it, right? Well, that's where we begin with step 1, which involves citizens developing an idea for a bill. Now, even though we are talking about how laws are made, it is important not to mistake bills for acts. Bills are just ideas for laws, whereas acts have been approved by the General Assembly and have actually gone through the process of becoming a law. An example of this in current context can be cited as something you may have heard your parents talking about perhaps, with the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. It too started out as a bill and only became an act after it went through the following steps, of which we will continue to cover. Next, in step 2, members of either the House or the Senate, depending on which house the bill is introduced in, propose the bill to their colleagues and other members of said house to gain support for the bill. This is important for step 3, in which the General Assembly now votes to approve the bill. They need the majority vote in order for this bill to be approved. So that is why they want support from their fellow General Assembly members. After of which it has been approved, it is then sent to the governor, which for us would be Governor Mike Pence, since he is the governor of Indiana. Once the bill has been sent to the governor, he or she can then sign the bill to make it a law if they agree with it. If they do not agree, however, they can veto it. If you have already completed the executive branch module, then you know what this means. But in case you have not, vetoing is what the governor does when he or she rejects the bill. If the governor does veto the bill, it is then sent back to the General Assembly. Here, the General Assembly does a revote on the bill. If 3/5 majority of the General Assembly vote in favor of the bill, then the bill becomes a law. If after all of this it does not receive a 3/5 majority, then the bill does not become a law. Alright, so there you have it. I hope you have all had an okay time understanding this content. Each of you will receive a copy of this diagram I have included here, so be sure to study this as practice to understand the process. I know this is a lot to learn, but you are doing such a great job. So please keep working hard, because there will be a surprise at the end of all of this when you have successfully completed the quiz. Happy learning!